Good to have you, Justin, and the roaster in the background there. Yeah, tell us a little bit more about your story and being a Dingle and all that jazz.
I suppose I'll go back to the beginning. So myself and my brother Luke set up Bean and Dingle in 2015. So we started off just as a kind of specialty coffee shop. So we used Badger and Dodo at the very beginning, and I actually came up with a blend with myself that I kind of approached Brock with and said, do you mind if we did it together? Because I had worked with Brock before through Murphy's Ice Cream, and just kind of on the kind of coffee kind of scene, kind of suppose I've been in contact with him a few times. So we were lucky enough for him to do a blend for us, which went down really well. So as like we got really popular, and obviously the branding worked out really well, and so kind of yeah.
I think it's unmistakable. The yellow is gorgeous. Like
we kind of brought it, as you can see throughout, like, you know, the progression of the branding. Anyway, essentially it's gone from like, you know, the yellow cups to the yellow bags to the yellow tin. It's just really kind of pushed those marketing kind of tools. I suppose then, in 2018 we decided to take a leap of faith and start roasting our own coffee here down in Dingle. So we've got the roaster here in the background is a Gießen W6A roaster, so it's a 6 kilo roaster. So it can do what we can manage at the moment. Like, it's kind of like a micro roaster. So like you obviously can go higher, like 15 kilo roasters, 30 kilo roasters. But at the moment we're happy out with our 6 kilo roaster. It keeps our costs down on green beans. We can really be particular what we want to get. We don't have to buy too much in bulk of one thing, so like it keeps it nice and neat. So yeah, this is our little Gießen here. So yeah, so since 2018 we've been roasting, and ever since then we've kind of been progressing. So
and talk to us a little more about being in Killarney and kind of expanding, and how is that going for you? Because like in times like these as well, like especially because like I can imagine like everyone's business in Ireland has been affected by COVID, and you guys have decided to go and set up shop a few miles down the road. But it's class to see. How's it been? How's it going?
Yeah, no, it's going good. Like, I mean, as you said, like COVID has affected many businesses like differently, and unfortunately, like for friends that we have and neighbors around us, you know, seeing their doors closed for so long, it's been a difficult thing for them. You know, we did close for a period of time back in last year. It was actually this time last year. We reopened back in May, bank holiday last year. And, you know, ever since then, we just stuck to the takeaway. And, you know, we had to not let staff go, but we didn't give them exactly the hours that they got the year before. But, you know, we managed to kind of keep ourselves ticking over through just doing takeaway only. And obviously the online and the retail, you know, and with yourselves kind of coming along and supporting us as well, you know, it's been great in that sense. And then Killarney was always on the cards, you know, it was always there. We were just waiting for this moment to come to have a premises that we thought would be suitable. And it just came up, and it was just like, I was like to Luke, I was like, do you know what, like, if we don't do it now, we might never do it. And like, so we said, well, do you know what, we'll go for it. And so, yeah, so we opened up about 7-8 weeks ago. So about 2 months we've been open. Yeah, no, it's been great so far. And yeah, no, it's been fabulous. We've always kept the blend that we originally had with Brock, which is the Farmouth, which so that's 50% Brazilian, 25% Guatemalan, and 25% Ethiopian. So obviously, yeah, we try and find the best kind of single origin micro lots from those 3 regions, so then we can blend it together. But yeah, no, it comes across as a nice kind of smooth, balanced blend. I think it like suits everybody's palate. So we do something that was kind of across the board, but we know that's a really good coffee and that everybody will be appealed to. And then we could start adding like single origins along the way.
I think that like having that coffee, like your blend, like on Farmar, of like that, it's the everyday man espresso, like that balance, and that coffee, that blend really strikes that balance of pleasing everyone. And like, I mean, I've cupped it, and we're delighted to say that it's going to be going out to our subscribers this month, and we've kind of had it on the website a while, and I've cupped it a few times, and every time it ticks all the boxes in terms of a coffee that kind of everyone wants. Like it's got that lovely nutty chocolatey kind of profile to it, and like, yeah, we love it anyway, and I know a lot of our subscribers do, and people who buy it on the website as well, you know, so it definitely hits home.
Yeah, it's a real winner, and like, you know, like I said, like that's it. It's exactly what it was. It was just designed. I kind of came up with it after trying other types of single origins. This is going back before we opened Bean. Like I was always kind of looking at like single origins and looking at blends, and I wanted something that was gonna, you know, across the board would be, you know, everybody's going to enjoy it to some extent. It's like you said, it's not a typical coffee that's going to be like crazy out there with a certain note. It's going to be across the board quite balanced and smooth, I suppose. Yeah, that's what we kind of go with.
Yeah, and I suppose for the subscribers as well, we have the Farm Arov, which is a beautiful nutty chocolatey blend that's smooth. But then we also have a Costa Rican. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the Costa Rican that's going to be going out?
The Costa Rican actually is like a real cool story, actually, because
go on.
When we first brought in our first single origin was this Costa Rican. So we've been waiting for it to come back into harvest. So like the story is about it is that we were like, so we work with cafe imports. So we're kind of like, what would you say, relationship trade when it comes to coffee. So like we would not know the farmers personally, but we know the people that know them personally. So like there is still a middle person between us, the green beans, and our importer. So when we heard about the story about this Costa Rican, we just really fell in love with it. It's like two brothers themselves. They kind of took over a family farm in, you know, a small region in Costa Rica, and they're called the Aguilera brothers. And so it was just, we saw this and it was just such a lovely kind of story to it. And we said, oh, we have to go with this as our first kind of single origin. So it's just so happens to be that it came back into, so it was out of, obviously the harvest had finished and then back into harvest now. So that's what your subscribers will be getting. So it's a honey processed, it's a great cup. It's like citrus, unbelievably citrusy. It's got lovely notes of kind of like toffee. It's just really, really balanced. It's lovely and it's really clean. So like if you're at home, like it's great on espresso, but like really try it on filter if you can as well. It's absolutely unbelievable on filter. So we're just delighted to have it back and delighted that you get to try it out and send out to subscribers.
Nothing to do about coffee. This has nothing to do with being Dingle. Nothing.
This is good.
Just okay. So we'll say, just kind of get to know you really. Where's the first meal you're going to have once everything opens up?
Oh wow!
Who's it with? Where and what are you going to have?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Katie, who's obviously the head roaster, but she's also my fiance. So we're quite, you know.
I didn't know that.
You know,
nice. No, I didn't.
So I can add about her if I want to, you know. But yeah, so, I think I'm going to have to go with like, where are we going to go? We're going to go somewhere in Dingle anyway, because there's such good restaurants. I think we're going to have to go Doyle's in Dingle. So there's a restaurant just around from where we live. It's unbelievable. Yeah, really nice.
Nice. What are you going to have?
I'm going to have a steak. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Can't go wrong with that.
I sound. Oh, you know, I've got an English accent. I've got the almost Irish. Steak and potatoes, please, right
away. meat and 2 veg. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. All right. What's your favorite movie or series that you've been watching? Kind of what has helped you get through lockdown?
Or lockdown. We just finished Schitt's Creek on Netflix.
Oh yes.
Absolutely brilliant. Loved it. I love The American Office, so I thought it kind of was like the best kind of American style sitcom I've seen since The American Office finished, and I was just like, yeah, this is brilliant. Just watched the Justice League last night. The Zack Snyder edit or something. Yeah, it's like 4 hours and.
I honestly couldn't tell you. 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't prepare myself for it because I sat watching by 9 o'clock, and I was like thinking. Kay was with me and we're watching it together, and she's definitely not into any of these types of movies. And then I said, it's going on for quite a while. And so I paused it. I was like, it's on for another 3 hours. I was like, what's going on here? It's like four hours long. I was like, oh, I'm kind of, you know, dedicated to it now. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and watch it. I was like 1 o'clock before I went to bed, and I had to go up this morning at 7 to go into the shop. I was like to Luke. Luke was working with me in the shop today. I was like, Luke, I'm absolutely wrecked. He was like, why? He was like, I ended up staying up for 4 hours watching the bloody.
Luke giving out to you.
Yeah, giving out to you.
What was it? Last question. So, what would what's your favorite aspect of your specialty coffee? I suppose I said not to do with coffee, but in terms of being in Dingle, what's your favorite job and what's your least favorite job to
Okay.
do with the roastery?
Um, Favorite job is probably just talking to people about coffee. You know, just talk
Mm.
to all age groups about coffee. You know, when people come in and they want to buy a present of a bag of coffee, but they have no idea what they're buying. Just literally talking to them about explaining it. You know, explaining AeroPresses to 70-year-old women have never used an AeroPress in there before in their life, and then taking it out of the box and then showing it how it works and everything like that. I just love that kind of thing where you can get all age
Mm.
groups and you just want to you want to educate them, but not in a kind of a way that you're going to be like overbearing or kind of you want to just be normal with them and just talk to them like they're having a normal conversation with people. So I love that part of thing. I love being like chatting to people inside the shop, giving people the best coffee I possibly can. That's what I love. What I
Love
suppose,
it, yeah.
yeah, what I suppose I don't necessarily like at the moment about working with family. No, I'm joking. I love working with family. It's even So,
That's going in anyway. That's brilliant.
it's always good. Like we have our ups and downs, but you can really be open about things like that. So like it's my dad works for Kate's fiance, the head roaster, Luke, business partner. It's all my mum's baking, my nan's baking. So like it's all real.
Really? Oh, that's unreal.
Loads
That
of it.
is class.
Um,
Yeah.
but I suppose the hardest part, I suppose, about everything is letting yourself go. It's like I suppose you're always so focused about making sure the coffee's tasting absolutely perfect. It actually stops you giving anybody else a chance. You kind of really are become a perfectionist, and so like I need to start stepping back and start training people as properly. Like I'm a pretty good coffee trainer when it comes down to a barista trainer. So like I need to really like drive into people to help them and to like let them really get a feel for them themselves without being too overbearing myself on top of them. That's come down to like staff level, I suppose, when you talk about that. So that's probably one thing personally
Yeah,
I learn on. It's like
yeah, no, I can see that being an issue for me, I'd say, as well. No, savage, man,
yeah,
unreal to chat to you.
good.
And it was lovely. Like I haven't met you in person at all or anything, and hopefully we will. Hopefully myself and Kieran will be doing
Yeah.
the Ring of Kerry, so we'll pop in. Hopefully,
Kerry, come and just do Slay Head.
I might.
It's much prettier. It's shorter. You can stop at a few pubs along the way. It's all sorted.
Yeah.
Stay with us.
So